I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. And the question I was asked is, do you have any legal recourse against an employer who lies during an interview? Now, I want to ask the converse question. Does an employer have any legal recourse against a job hunter who lies during an interview? We all know you're stretching the truth during an interview. Can employers sue you? No. Can you sue an employer who lies during an interview? Now, the answer there is a little bit trickier. Now, if it was just said during the interview and there's nothing in the offer letter that confirms what was said, you're out of luck, because the reality is you could have misunderstood something that they said. They can deny that they said what you claim that they said. How do you prove it? And the answer is you cannot. Now, if the offer letter confirms the statement, that's different. So, for example, if they lied during the interview and said you'd receive a 6-month review and a salary review, well, and the offer letter confirms it, well, if you didn't receive that review, you've got a basis for complaint. But normally a lawyer wouldn't take a case like that, because at the end of the day, it's a small lawsuit. You have to look for what the damages would be, and a lawyer would have to see that it's worth their time, because I suspect you're not going to be ready to write out check after check after check to follow up on this, unless you felt like there was a payday at the end of it for yourself. And the amounts involved, just in that example I gave, $10,000, $15,000, well, that's not going to be a lot for a lawyer to take on, especially if they're investing time and effort in a case where there's no documentation to substantiate your claim. So, in theory, the answer is yes. In practice, the answer is no, because you can't get representation. There's nothing to confirm that what you've said is true. And if you do have confirmation of a discrepancy in the form of an offer letter, they can claim in some instances that, hey, we did this, and his or her performance wasn't good enough to merit doing what we said we would do. And it can be the basis for termination or the basis for a counterclaim of you wasting your time. And you're going to sufficiently damage the relationship with the lawsuit that you can kiss your career with this firm goodbye. So this is a textured answer. I hope none of you have to deal with it, but if you do, that's my opinion, and you're better off just looking for another job. Have a great day. Take care.